We're getting there. We're getting there. Breathe in, breathe out. Hello everybody and welcome to Banter Blitz. My name is Jan Gustafsson. Sorry for that high energy intro. It will wear off very, very soon. I'm in my basement, socially quarantining with the family. I'm going a little nuts because I have a 3.5-year-old daughter and she's been binge watching Aristocats. And by binge watching, I mean it's a movie. It's a 1 hour 15 movie. I don't mean like she's watched it once or twice or 5 times. I mean it's been on a lot in this household. Abraham DeLacy, Giuseppe Casey, Thomas O'Malley. You don't think I know Thomas O'Malley's full name at this point? You don't think I know everything about Marie, Balius, Toulouse, the Mother Duchess, Evil Edgar, the 2 dogs Napoleon and Lafayette? I know that movie inside out and it's driving me a little mad. Now you could say it's bad parenting to have a watch Aristocats 507 times over the course of a week. Then again, it's really addictive. Have you seen that thing? The songs? Everybody Wants to Be a Cat? It's so catchy. Abraham DeLacy, Giuseppe Casey, Thomas O'Malley, O'Malley the alley cat. This is of course Banter Blitz, the show where Chess24 premium users can challenge me to a lovely 5-minute or 3-minute game of chess. And then we play and we promote the voucher code Candidates 2020, which gives you 40% off if you are in the fortunate situation that this coronavirus and the hashtag stay at home hasn't hit you hard and you still have time, first of all, to look at some chess, study some chess. These are good days to, I don't know if they're good days for anything. It's a very confusing time. But I am grateful that I have something to do covering the candidates, doing these Banter Blitzes, that I can do this stuff from home. And it's keeping me sane while I am navigating the Aristocats waters. Now, let's play some chess games. And yeah, you might say that ship on keeping me sane has sailed a long time ago. To pay, as the French say. All right. Let's start right here with Nacho Spot. Did I end my test game against Claudia? I think I did. In case you're wondering, by the way, why it's me playing and not some of the best players in the world, it's because it's a rest day in the candidates today. And the action, we assume, resumes tomorrow at this very time. Here we are, the Slav against Nacho Spot. Maybe he's doing one of these smart things where he delays d4, trying to get a concession out of me. And concess I will, playing a6. Now after b3, the queen can no longer come to b3 itself, so setups with bishop f5 or bishop g4 should be quite doable now. I'm wondering if there is a point to starting with knight bd7 here, hinting at e5 as long as he's delaying d4. I'm not sure there is. e6 looked very reasonable as well. But here we are. He went d4. Now I'll go e6, h3. I'll go h6 just so I don't have to worry about this bishop in the near or distant future. And then I'll bring the pieces out, bishop d6, short castles. If he wants to checkmate me by going g4, g5, be my guest. Knock yourself out. Panther Chess is saying, what about doing sports, Jan? I've been bad. First of all, I still have this hand. So, wow, it's a green screen hand. But it's also getting a little dirty. So I haven't been able to stick to my gym routine. There's also the thing that I'm not leaving my house, which also stops me from my gym routine. Therefore, I don't know. I'm thinking about ordering some weights once this comes off in like a week so I can get something done. Because, I don't know, I'm becoming way too skinny. And you could, of course, argue that today, with Uderzo sadly passing away, it is time to go skinny. But others might say that that joke is very weak and way too soon. As for the position, I'm doing pretty well. This is a typical Karlsbad structure where the bishop is stuck on b2. And I will go queen e7, rook a8, and then try to attack on the king side. While the white bishop is sort of misplaced on b2, usually have it on h4 or f4. And yeah, it's just not a good position for white. I can't believe there's no praise for my Uderzo go skinny joke. Too subtle for you? Jesus. I work on these things. I'm very upset now. As for the position, I'm still doing well. Nacho still does not quite know what to do. And the queen on a5, that is a risky place to be in these uncertain times. Bishop b4, the only square I would have is queen c7. I can't trap it there. I kind of want to trap it. Can't trap it. That's a great pity. I really want to. But I don't see how. Bishop b4, queen c7, rook c8, then I can't even escape that way. Nah. Not gonna be able to do it. Let's have a little fun. Hashtag YOLO. Probably not a good move. But gotta confuse Nacho. I'm frustrated now. Not as frustrated as Fabiano Caruana must have been yesterday, after not winning that position against Anish Giri, which felt... No, not against Anish Giri, against Alexander Grishuk, which felt like a big moment in the tournament somehow, obviously. I might be reading way too much into it, but I felt like if Fabi wins that one, he's catching speed and he's only a point behind. He's right up there. Well, now he's only at 50%. The other pre-tournament favorite, Ding Liren, obviously is at -2. So he's out of contention. And I don't know. These are strange times. What do you guys think? I still do not think it's a given that Nepomniachtchi just walks away with it. He's been a strong starter and slower finisher in the past. It's going to be a giant game, obviously, against Maxime Vachier-Lagrave next round, where Maxime has the white pieces. If Maxime wins, they're right up there together. I've also heard, I haven't seen it, I've heard mumblings that Nepomniachtchi is not feeling great. So I do not know what's happening in that tournament. But what we do know is that 4.5 out of 6 by Nepomniachtchi is a very, very impressive start, and being 1.5 points ahead of the favorite Fabian Caruana certainly does mean something. I don't know these lines. How am I supposed to know such stuff, Marijuana 2020? You've probably watched your Simon Williams videos on the cheeky knight e2 or whatever. And Ain't nobody got time for that. This looks like a really bad position for me already. Also, I do kind of know c5 is the move here. But I was still steaming over the fact that no one appreciates my Goscinny joke. Alright, now what can I do? f6. Position looks really, really bad. Alan MP is saying his press conference was pretty concerning. I haven't seen it. Is he... What's going on with him? We're talking about Nepomniachtchi here and his... He has a cold, yeah? I think it's not very uncommon for him to catch a cold during a tournament. Of course, these are special times and we should be extra cautious, which I'm sure they are over there. I recall in Vike he was also really struggling. I'm not sure if it was this year or last year. Yeah. Panther Chess asking, why are the press conferences with Grishuk not so funny this year? Because it's not funny times, Panther Chess. Grishuk has mentioned his mind is somewhat elsewhere and he would prefer not to be playing. So he's not focused on them jokes. And Alan MP is saying Nepomniachtchi was coughing and he admitted he was not well during the press conference. Yeah. All the best to him no matter what happens in the tournament. What's going on in this game? I've paid very little attention. I feel I have two knights that both want to be on e4, and as the late and great Mark Dvoretsky wrote, if you have these superfluous pieces, exchange one of them, put the other there. Paraphrasing here, maybe I didn't really get the memo. Position, I guess, is roughly equal. He can try to undermine my structure with c4, which he does. Well played by Marie Johanna. Don't know. That's a character in the half-baked Dave Chappelle film, no? Excellent movie. I don't know what to do. Let's go for some action. Alan P is saying his test taken twice a day was all negative. Silver lining. I think I've talked about that myself. I don't think that's true from what I heard. I heard they get a test before the tournament, then after 10 days they're being examined by a doctor like twice a day or something along these lines. I'm not sure if it was an actual corona test twice a day. Okay. Does anybody know more about that? That's what I heard at least. Eric, I do 23 is saying, still don't know who Jan is talking about. Usually about myself. Earlier I was talking about Nepomniachtchi and him not feeling well, the leader of the candidates tournament. What else was I talking about? Uderzo Goscinny. You guys, not asterisk guys. Uderzo passed away today. Then there are reports, which I'm not sure if that's a real thing. I haven't really read up on it yet. On the hantavirus. Let's deal with this one first before you send. Nah, I don't want to joke about it. I haven't looked it up. Other than that, there's not much on my mind. I am home with the family. I'm happy to have these candidates to talk about. I'm not really suffering very much from the social distancing and not seeing my friends, because let's face it, I've been social distancing my whole life. Like most chess players, my life has primarily been online and many of my social interactions, so it's not changing that much for me. It's different for other members of my household, and I guess for more outgoing people that are just, more used to experiencing the warmth of camaraderie and human interaction. But yeah, strangely for me, as I have stuff to do, I'm not that affected by it. Should also be said, I use having the candidates and having stuff to do as an excuse to leave most of the heavy lifting. Like entertaining my daughter, who's obviously not going to kindergarten but here all day long, to other people, which, yeah. I don't feel great about, but I also don't feel too bad about, because I'm not that good a person. Checkmate! Sorry, Marijuana 2020. Thanks for the game. So, what should I tell you guys? Today I think there's a lot of Banter Blitz going on. Who's playing? Lukey Boy is playing. Luke Van Veli. He's playing after me, I think, at 2. Then Nihal Sarin, the 15-year-old Indian phenomenon, will be playing. Then, I don't even know who's next. I should know. I can probably see it somewhere. Let me have a look. Hammer Time. Gawain Jones is at 6 p.m. Then Jon Ludwig Hammer at 7. It's Banter Blitz all day long. Le Fong Hua at 9:30. Alex Landerman tonight. Wow. All these grandmasters sitting at home, nothing to do, huh? Let's play Frederick Ryan. Freddy. You ready, Freddy? Here we go. He goes d4, knight f6, c4. Let me play e6. Maxime, if you're watching, this is a perfectly good move. No need to suffer g6 and d5 every game. You can do this, and now you have a choice. You can play d5, you can play c5. There are all kinds of options. This is becoming a trendy line. Bishop c3 and c5 has, of course, been the alternative. But this is what the cool kids do now, it looks like. That's what Vichy did against Ali Reza. It's what Alexeyenko played in this very candidates tournament against Fabiano Caruana. So it's certainly a line to keep an eye on. I was wondering, they don't do CD, but I do not know why. Is there something direct I can do? I guess not. El Castle. ED is what the computers want to do. And what was played by Fabiano. CD does look natural, though, I have to admit. So, a food for thought, as Bogdan Lalic likes to say. Panther Chess is asking, is there toilet paper for Lawrence in the Chess 24 studio? He'll be fine, he'll be fine. There's also a supermarket next door to the studio, so I'm not that concerned about that. It's a strange phenomenon, this. The toilet paper thing is a strange phenomenon, but the toilet paper shaming, to me, is also a strange phenomenon. In general, it looks a bit like online, everyone is hitting the same beats, no? Like a couple of weeks ago, where I was like, it's the flu. I'm worried about the flu. Now we are all more educated on it, so we're more in like, stay-at-home shaming mode. Like, why can't people be as good about this as me? Not judging here, just, observing. And we're in hamstering shaming mode. This hamstering shaming, maybe I'm not smart enough, but why is it not a good thing? I don't mean the toilet paper, but why is it not a good thing to only go to the supermarket like once per week and not every day? That must make sense, no? When we're all really, really trying to avoid human contact. And still, this hamster shaming I read everywhere. There's no need to buy all that pasta. It's coming back, you idiots. That is the message I get from all my podcasts, from my social media intake, and I don't understand it. Why is it not a good thing to buy more so we don't have to go out that often? Is it because that way we don't leave enough? That I understand. Obviously, we should, not finish all the toilet paper and the supplies. But the general, like, only buy one thing, it's going to be back tomorrow, I also do not understand. I was complaining about this guy that was coughing behind me in the supermarket. that only bought one iced cappuccino. I thought, come on, guy, please at least buy 3 iced cappuccini. See, I said cappuccini because I am highly cultured. What's the word? Person. I don't like my position here. Must find a way to mix it. Check. This does not look like the way to play. Don't try this at home, boys and girls. But you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. Immortal Hussein saying he doesn't read Twitch. I do sometimes. You know, you never know. I could. Camera acting with slowly. I should not move my head too quickly. Daroge is saying, I find it funny. People buy all of the toilet paper, but not vitamins to strengthen their immune system. I'm all over them vitamins. Still have lots of supplies of vitamin D, C, B12. Those are all the vitamins I have. What about zinc? Do we need to zinc it up? Shirley Broker saying, here they're allowing elderly people to enter the store first in the morning hours. That makes a lot of sense. First of all, they're up early. And secondly, it really makes no sense that the elderly would have to fight for getting their food intake. Their food. I'm saying this all wrong, but I'm very pro that. Open the supermarkets from 7 till 9, only for 65 plus. In general, we need more bouncers at the supermarkets. Now I'm getting into Corona shaming myself. I don't mean to. I just don't like it when I see. I haven't been that much, but when I see families going there together and all that stuff, like Corona bouncers. That must be a thing. All the nightclubs are closed. They might as well guard supermarkets now. Okay, I should focus a little harder, or even harder, on this position. Doesn't look very good for me. My horsey needs to get into the action. Just as I said, the horsey needs to get into the action. I play Queen G5 and, of course, ignore that horsey. Okay, full focus mode activated. Freddy. Here comes the knight. Check. Freddy the F-pawn. Let's bring the rook to, or maybe F4 first. He wants to go D6. D6, F3, H. Let's do this. That did not go the way I intended it to go. Which is a great pity. I guess it's gonna be a good old flag job. Check. Check. Come a little bit closer, baby. 'Cause tonight is the night. Okay, no more singing. Where a king becomes mate. Thanks for the game, Frederick Ryan. What else is going on? Tell me stories from the outside world. And by the outside world, I mean you guys' apartments. What are you doing? Are you locked up with a bunch of kids at home? Are you going crazy? Are the kids going crazy? How are you supporting your moms and dads in these trying times? Are you worried? What is happening? I want to play Patzer. I have all these strong challengers. Can't find one. But I shall play Anand MP. Venom 2015 is saying, regards from Panama. Shout out to Panama. How are things over there? Shirley Broker is saying, I finally get to work from home, which is bad because procrastination sets in. As someone who works from his basement, works a lot, I still have 0 tips on how to do this. I think people are saying, pretend like you would go to work, like dress as if you would go to work. Obviously, I haven't done that. I'm wearing a t-shirt, take a shower before you start working. Haven't done that either. This is not smelly vision, so you guys have no way to verify that. But of course it's true. How's your shower routine these days? Are you keeping it up? Because I'm not, frankly. I took a bath yesterday, and I did do some... Now you can't call it a shower, what I did this morning. I did some watering of some body parts. I have this excuse, but these are trying times for personal hygiene. I do wash my hands, obviously, 15,000 times a day, but that is starting to feel a little pointless and excessive because I rarely leave the house. So I don't know if the hand washing I'm overdoing a little, but I get used to it. Mr. Dodgy is saying lack of showering just promotes social distancing. There you go. Bailiff is saying, I'm taking German lessons online and I picked the German banter shows as my required listenings. Boom, there you go. I should do another German show. But there is a huge Geschwätzblitz backlog for you out there. Bailiff. Advent Calendar is saying, any chance of a Geschwätzblitz soon? Sure, go premium Advent Calendar to support more output. But yeah, it will happen, it will happen. Nashvillian Chess saying, don't brush your teeth either, just to make sure. I'm way ahead of you. Queen e4, is that what they do? I don't think that's what they do. Why not though? Doesn't look like the dumbest move in the world. f5 maybe? I'll try f5. Dochess24 is saying, Jan, 1,500 times a day. Yeah, probably I exaggerated. I'm not washing my friends. No, I'm not washing my friends ever, and I'm not washing my hand 1,500 times a day. Excellent catch, Captain. Literally. John Tedros is saying the German is nice for me too to learn German. That makes sense. Bishop d3. Yeah, it looks fine what Anand MP is doing here. What shall I do? d5? Or is this more of a play? What's that strange word? Positionally. situation. Nah, I should give as many checks as possible. Check. Okay, no more checks. Venom 2015 is saying things are very complicated in Panama. Population 4,315,000 infected in 2 weeks. I don't know, is that a lot? That doesn't sound too high compared to numbers here, but I guess yeah, it's about flattening the curve everywhere. No, I'm not sure. Maybe it can still be contained in such places. I do not have a clue. A3, DC, AB is not great, yeah? Bishop D6. Or where should I go? Bishop C5 also looks somewhat tempting. Yeah, I'll go here to leave the B file open. B4 does not look like much of a threat because of DC4. Nashvillian chesses are saying trivia. In how many countries is German the primary language? I wouldn't know. Germany, Austria, Switzerland has different primary languages. I'm not sure if that counts. I have no clue. Luxembourg? Okay, what to do now? Knight e4 maybe? Targeting f2. Bishop e4, d should be good for me, or rook e4. Which one? D, e, knight d2 is still kind of stable. Yeah, maybe rook e4. White main problem is the king on f1. And will cost a little to escape. And the bad news is it's not perfectly safe on g2 either, because now it's standing this diagonal where the knight on f3 gets pinned. So going is getting tough here. Rook c1. Might as well take the pawn. I might need it later. Who knows? I've been playing a little slowly, so time to speed up a bit. But yeah, the position is pretty good. It's gonna get tough to make moves soon on an MP. Warning you. That is a way to break that pin by cost the knight. And Anon MP resigns. Good game. I'm not sure where it went wrong, really. I have a feeling this queen e4 is probably a bit slow, because white might not be in time to finish development here that easily. Maybe not knight f3, but some bishop e2 or something. I'm not sure. Thanks for the game. Nashvillian chess saying, I don't see the NBA season resuming in June, but I could be mistaken. Yeah, it all seems unlikely, and I haven't seen a lot of reporting on when social life or all this stuff is assumed to resume, obviously. There are different voices now coming out of America and so on and so forth, but we don't know, right? Let's play Beinsteller. Oof, he's strong. 2850. Beinsteller means... What's the English expression? It's to leave your leg out so someone falls over it, like Larry David did to Shaquille O'Neal. Accidentally, of course. Good old Ragozin. He's probably booked up. He's probably studied a lot of videos, books, everything there is to know on the topic. Well, me, I'm just a click low. C6. He doesn't go bishop f5. Bishop f5 is what the cool kids do. C6 looks playable, but a little slow. Now we just have your regular Karlsbad structure where the bishop on b4 feels a little out of place. It's not the end of the world, but you probably have to move it again to d6 or somewhere one day. Even though maybe Beinsteller is just going to argue, nah, I'll leave the bishop here. You do you, Beinsteller. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, where to put your bishop, as long as you social distance. We're good. Queen c7. Let's just ask where that queen wants to go. I see the queen go back home. Queen b6, fair enough. 95, is that progress? I don't know. This bishop, you know what? You win, bishop. I will spend a tempo on a3 to clarify your intentions. Can I go e4? Doesn't feel like the time yet somehow. Don't know what to do, so I'll play h3. Let him think about it. Why do I have to do all the thinking, all the active moves? You make a move, sir. Queen d8, see? You have no clue what to do either. Let's keep playing this game. You heavy lifting, me random moves. Just know that one day I might make an active move. It might happen. F1 is disgustingly passive. Nah, we are not exchanging the bishops. That is just not happening. The stone wall. Magnus Carlsen says this is a good opening. Who am I to disagree? He wants to go c5. I'm not sure how worried I am about it, so I'll just, keep making half-sensible moves, anticipating the opening of le position. I think he's seen through my strategy that I'm just making random moves. But my position is still nice. d7, f5 doesn't pick up stuff. Let's find out. Zwischenzug. I'm a piece up, right? Counting, not my best skill, but I do think that I have more pieces. Nah, I like my bishop. Bishy, bishy, bishy. Wow. Relentless. Relentless aggression. What can mankind do when dealing with such aggression? Take stuff? Okay, at some point I'm going to have to take that rook. I do not have unlimited patience. I have a lot of patience, but not unlimited. That's a lie. I have very little patience. Okay, enough is enough. Let's simplify. All yours. Nashvillian Chess saying today is like a Banter Blitz marathon. Sweet. Yeah, there's a lot of blitzing going on today. Beinsteller does not give me a lot of credit about, winning a piece up, and I do not blame him. I understand. Contemplating making an active move at some point down the stretch, but it feels like it's not the time yet. Surprise! It's often missed, these queen retreats from the edge of the board. The queen resumes her post. I feel good about my chances now, Beinsteller. At some point, yeah. Thanks for the game, Mr. Beinsteller. Let's play more chess, maybe? Where are my putzers at? Everyone's so strong. Why all these strong challengers? That's what I'm talking about. Chess Beast Austria. So, do you guys have any movie, TV tips? I've been reasonably busy with the candidate stuff, so I haven't had the chance to watch a lot of movie, series, anything. Soon I will have to go and check my usual sources for potential entertainment options. Is this what's called Disney Plus? Is it out in Europe? That's probably a must buy. Probably I don't need to purchase all these Aristocats, Frozen, whatever. I guess everything is Disney, no? Separately, are they all on there? Knight h6, knight f7 is often a good square for the knight in these positions. Then you can go bishop e7, short castles or long castles. And the knight is not, standing in the way of the bishop like it would be on e7, on g6. It's also a little silly. So given the chance, knight h6, it's pretty often a good idea. Nashvillian Chess is saying, check out the Pharmacist. Is that this Netflix true crime thingy or something? I think I've seen a preview. Smurfin is saying Parasite is quite good. Yeah, all these things I'm caught up with, like Parasite, Joker. I enjoyed Jojo Rabbit, all the Oscar movies I've seen. I'm hearing Elite, that's the Spanish series, right? Jordan said it's a good series. Jordan, Fun for Race. We'll give that a chance. Better Call Saul, yeah. I kind of gave up somewhere in season 2, 3 when it felt a little dull, but I've heard that just gets so much better. So probably it's worth revisiting, yeah? As for the position, looks good for me, no? I'll checkmate him somehow. Chess Beast. Open g-file in front of your king is often a risky thing, as they say. And it rhymes, so it has to be true. Big Game James is saying, yeah, you have to watch Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems was fantastic. Highly recommend it. If you haven't seen Uncut Gems, and if you're an Adam Sandler hater, like Lawrence Trent, watch Uncut Gems. Fantastic movie. Okay, maybe I am watching a lot of stuff still. And Bailiff is saying, did you watch The Portrait of a Lady on Fire? I started watching it. Didn't finish it. I did watch the first 4 minutes where there's a naked lady sitting in front of the fire smoking a cigarette. And I texted that picture to Laurent, mainly to mock French cinema, telling him, this is not a movie. But apparently it's a really good movie. That's why I hear. But I've seen 10 minutes of it. Nashvillian Chess is saying Uncut Gems is horrible. That's the beauty of pop culture. We can have different opinions about stuff, right? I can be right, you can be wrong. Like, we can all, disagree and still be friends. Big Game James is saying, full disclosure, I hate Adam Sandler. He was absolutely brilliant in Uncut Gems, though. There you go. He's good in other movies. The Mayorovitz stories. Anger Management. Okay, maybe not Anger Management. Sandler can act. He just chooses not to most of the time. It's like me, choosing not to speak about chess. Me and Adam Sandler. But I could explain why this is a check. Stuff like that. Sandler was good in Punch Drunk Love. There you go. Spanglish? Yeah. Bailiff is saying the first hour is super slow, but it's the mandatory introductory phase of Art Nouveau cinema. That's Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Yeah, that was the impression I had. I had the impression. This is smart, artsy stuff. I'm out of my depth here. Bailiff is saying the second part is crazy good. Okay, I'll hang in there. Vamser82 is saying, have you seen Killing Eve? I'm not sure I finished the first season. I watched a lot of the first season. I thought the first 4 episodes were great when Phoebe Waller-Bridge was at the helm, and she's obviously a tremendous talent. But then it got a little too TV showy. I don't know. It got a little silly for me, Killing Eve, so I wasn't as impressed with as most others that have seen it. First 4 episodes I thought were great, though. Fleabag, obviously, if you haven't seen Fleabag, go watch it. Not today, because today there's a lot of Banter Blitz. But Fleabag, both season 1 and 2, are just the best thing out there. And I'm not usually a romantic comedy guy. That's not a romantic comedy. I don't know what genre Fleabag is. It's just very, very good. So go watch it. Jake Loans is asking, Jan, did you see... He doesn't say Jan, but he means me, I guess. Did you see the French version of Intouchable? No, I did not. Or did I? I think I've seen the US... No, I've seen the French version too. That is a French version, no? Like, Very Best Friends. I've seen it adapt, I guess. Yeah, I think I've seen it. It was fine. Smurfin is saying, have you seen Under the Skin? I have not. In general, I think I have quite some Scarlett Johansson movies to catch up on. I haven't seen... Under the Skin is the one where she's the alien? I haven't seen that, and I haven't seen another one I wanted to see, so I'll catch up with those. Bailiff is saying, BoJack finally broke my heart. The finale. Yeah, BoJack is very sad stuff. And I am not gonna lie, I teared up quite a bit when, the speaking horse was going through issues with his human protege. And then the dog, Mr. Peanut Butter, voiced by Paul F. Tompkins. Who would have thought that such a silly character can have such depth? Shout out to BoJack. Is this theory? Looks theory-ish. Bishop f1, king f1, ed, e5. It's one of these weird lines where you go g3, then you never find the time to play bishop g2. I'm not sure if this is exactly theory, but positions like this do look pretty familiar. Jake Loans with all his native speaker versions. He's saying, the Russian version of 12 Angry Men. American version is great as well. The American version I've seen, or I'm assuming it's the American version. It's a classic. What am I supposed to do here? David, h1. 94, DE, rook e4. Doesn't feel great. I'll take. BT458JA is asking, is The Irishman on Netflix any good? I enjoyed it greatly. And yeah, I think it's excellent. It was fun just seeing the gang get back together, or not even back together, but seeing De Niro, Pacino in their 70s. I thought Joe Pesci was great. No, there have been some voices saying, it's very long and all that. I thought it was great. I've seen it twice. Battery Bob is saying, so Jan as an ethical authority on stand-up comedy. Do I hear an undertone here? Probably not, because you're right. I am an ethical authority on stand-up comedy. Is it acceptable to enjoy the good old stand-up comedy of Louis C.K. in these trying times? Yeah, Louis C.K. is okay to enjoy. I think it's a case-by-case thing with separating the art from the artist. Louis C.K. still okay. Or it's okay again. There you go. We have a ruling. I take back as saying Westworld is not bad. Westworld Season 2, I could not sit through. I've heard that gets surprisingly, what's the word, watchable in Season 3. I don't know, I still feel like life's too short to give Westworld another chance. My position doesn't look very good, but we have more important things to talk about here, like TV shows, so I'm not that concerned about it. And Battery Bob is saying, no undertone. Okay, just checking. I'm very, what's the word? Needy. Ruizy22 is asking, at what age did you become a GM? Like 23, 24? I think same age as Nihal, sorry. No tricks? Feels like there should be tricks at some point, no? Knight g7. I cannot see trick, but I feel there is trick. I'll just stare at the position for a while and then make some move. Let's do this. Doesn't look like it works though. Where's that trick at? That's my trying to calculate phase. Usually it doesn't work. So knight g7, let's say queen c6. Some move, f3, bishop c3. Yeah, not great. This has not gone according to plan. Okay, David. Let's swindle you. I don't even see a trick if he goes bishop c3. Is there a trick? Nah. It's one of these situations where you would need more rooks to feel fully comfortable. Not much I can do, right? It's really a lack of rooks situation. Yeah, this just ends the game. Ugh. Not my best effort. Up there, but not my best effort. Yeah. Good game, David VH1. I don't know, all was kind of normal, but then it escalated quickly here after queen d7. I didn't like my position because queen c6 check was coming. And then I thought maybe I can go for this, but after queen c6 check, still think I'm just lost here. What I did, queen h5, just lose on the spot because of bishop c3. Bishop c3, queen c6, and queen c3. So good game, David. Let's play another jeu d'échecs. Who do we play? Chess Hire Cat? Where you at? Mr. Dodgy is saying, I teach internet dorks social skills. Is that rewarding? Probably is, actually. Do you have any advice, Mr. Dodgy? How can I improve my social skills without having to interact with other people? Chess Hire Cat is going d4, knight f6, knight f3, d5, c4. I'll play e6. That looks like a good move. And g3, Le Catalan. I'll play like Anish. Bishop b4 check, bishop d2, a5. If it's good enough for Anish and the candidates, it's good enough for my Banter Blitz. Those are the rules. Knight c3 is another move. I've had this on the board once. I think takes bishop g2, castles, castles, knight c6. How does this continue? I don't know. Queen a4 check looks a little off. But maybe it's what they do. I don't know. Rook b8 looks like a move. A6 looks like a move. Bishop d7. So many options. Je ne sais pas. Bradbury is asking, has anyone actually met Mr. Dodgy? I don't know. Has anyone actually met Mr. Dodgy? Queen b5? Ah, this looks clever actually. Maybe Chess Harakat has studied this? Nah. Is this like a deep pawn sacrifice? Or not that deep. Is this a pawn sacrifice? Looks very doable for white. I'm wondering how greedy I should get here. Also, it's a 3-minute game, so it's probably time to make some moves. And I have a feeling I have to return some material with a very heavy heart. You broke my heart, Cheshire. Not sure about Queen d5. Rook e8 looks more sane. But sometimes we want to feel creative. Throw away an exchange for not much and feel like, you know, we understand this game of chess when really we do not. Why is everybody so good at chess, by the way? Is that a new thing? Like, why do you all crush me? Do you think that's fun? Just, you know, blitzing out strong moves. Very frustrating. What happened to the good old days? When people were patzers. Wow. Returning things. What's the pawn situation? Do I have more pawns? That'd be excellent. I like having more pawns. Run, pawnsies. Jan's famed rook endgame technique at full display again. D6. Textbook stuff. Love can build a bridge. Wow, that's some good flagging there. Chess Harakat. So slow. Anyway, good game. Chess Harakat. Now I'm upset. I shall erupt in the last game. Like a volcano. Blobix is saying, is it true that Jan broke his fingers punching his screen after a game versus Fress? No, that's not what happened, Blobix. Which version are we going with? No, I fell down the stairs, Blobix. That's what happened. after I saved that kitten from a burning building. Had nothing to do with the hand. Hand was fine. Kitten was fine. The squirrel on the tree I saved from the wolves was fine. I just fell down the stairs after doing all these things. It was upsetting. Mr. Dodgy is saying, from a burning wolf. Yeah, he wasn't burning when it started. I like wolves, because they're cowards, you know? They don't hunt alone. They operate as a pack. Those are my guys. Wolf pack. B5 looks a little overzealous. That's one of my 3 words. Like, overzealous is to me what disgrace is to Trump. Okay, it's not my native tongue, of course, but still similar. Rook c1. Can I go queen a5? Bailiff is saying Jan grilled his own hand on his George Foreman grill. The Office reference, anyone? Don't know it. I have not seen a lot of the US Office. Probably because it's not on my Netflix. But I hear it's excellent background music. So I'll see if I can get a hold of it. I don't know where it's on. It's on Amazon or one of those. And try to watch some of The Office one day. There's more talk about today's schedule. It's Luke Van Vele. Senator Luke Van Vele. And I use Senator in the same way I would use Senator Palpatine. No, I kid. Grandmaster Luke Van Vele will be doing his show today, 2 p.m. He's a straight talker. Very rude, but very entertaining. If he talks, sometimes he just sits there and, he's putting the blitz into the Banter Blitz. But sometimes he says nasty things. So Luke at 2, then what was it? Nihal at 4, also potty mouth. Nihal, he's literally 15, but it's not going to be PG-13. All that cursing coming from Nihal, I don't know. Someone has to have a chat with him about basic politeness. What else is going on? Dwayne Jones was at 6. Am I forgetting someone? Dwayne Jones at 6. Well, anyway, it's going on all day long. It just doesn't stop. All the bantering. Of course, people don't have, my Aristocats material. But some of them are actually good at chess. So there's something for everybody out there. Bailiff is saying, the US Office is the greatest series that has ever set ground. I've rewatched all 9 seasons 7 times. Let's do the math here. That is 9 seasons. It's a lot of episodes too, right? I'm guessing it's like 22 episodes. 22 times 9. That's around 200. I'm not a mathematician or a virologist, which is important to mention once in a while these days. But let's say it's around 200 times 7. That's 1,400 episodes. Let's say one episode is half an hour. So that's 700 hours that you spend watching The Office. That's a lot of time. Volcano's in trouble here. Bailiff is saying, I haven't watched any other series ever since I discovered. How could you? Like, 700 hours is a serious investment. You can't watch that other stuff then. Bailiff is saying, I feel attacked but proud. That's how Volcano should feel as well. And no, there was no judgment in my voice. And I enjoy the comedic stylings of John Krasinski as much as the next guy. Like, have you seen A Quiet Place? That was hilarious. Did not enjoy this. What's it called? This where he's a Jack Ryan. Season 1 was okay, but season 2, Come on, John. You can do better. Bailey was saying it only went down around season 8, to be honest. How many seasons are there? Are there 9, or did you like abandon ship at some point and you just keep rewatching season 1 till 9 when there's like 15? Mr. Dodgy is saying A Quiet Place was just a bit too unrealistic. Nobody farted for the whole movie. Come on. Yeah, there were some issues I had with A Quiet Place. But I still thought it was funny. Cthulhu is saying, really don't buy Jim Halpert as an action lead. What action? Jack Ryan? Jack Ryan is supposed to be a nerdy hero, right? What is Jack Ryan? It's so confusing. The thinking Republicans nerdy action hero? Bailey was saying the Kelly Kapoor dynamic was pretty cringe. Who's Kelly Kapoor? It's Mindy Kaling? I do know a lot about the US Office, considering I haven't watched it. It's very omnipresent in that thing we call pop culture. Let's play. That's a long username. M. Hossein Kazi Tabatabai. From Iran. Shout out to Iran. Tough times over there as well, I'm assuming. Smurfin saying, A Quiet Place was great. I think there will be a part 2 too. How would they call it? Another Quiet Place? S.I. Bradbury is saying Jack Ryan is CIA propaganda to justify regime change pressure in Venezuela. Wow, who knew? Cthulhu is saying, I just saw my avatar. You scrolled right by it, Jan. Sorry, that wasn't on purpose. It was... What's the word? Out of hatred. There's a question. This isn't GM Tabatabai? Don't scare me. I'm assuming there's another Tabatabai, which, as far as I know, is a pretty common name. A Quieter Place, it's going to be called. It was pretty quiet. I turned up the audio multiple times watching that movie. Didn't help. Ugh, I'm sure that joke has been done in bad ways. And Clive NG37 saying, come on, Jan, that was a layup. Too quiet. There you go. Yeah, I'm not sharp today. Sorry. Often you feel it. A joke is sitting right there, and you just don't get it. It's a very frustrating feeling. It's like, I don't know, trying to make chess moves. Sebastian is saying, you are so German. That's normally meant as an insult, right, Sebastian? What's characterizing my Germanness? Please elaborate. Chess Cat is saying, do you regularly Google common Iranian surnames? Not really, but Tabatabai, there's a famous German actress, Yasmin Tabatabai. There is a chess grandmaster called Tabatabai, so I already know 2 Tabatabais. Which makes me assume, since I'm playing a 3rd Tabatabai, that it's a fairly common name. Your turn. We are playing. This is a line I've played all my life. The main point is that knight c6 is not supposed to be good here, because white has not castled yet. So you go d5, knight e7, knight d2. And you delay castling, and in general the setup, bishop on e3 and knight on d2 is very effective for starting your attack on the queen side with c5, knight c4. These pieces work well together. If black goes c5 here, white can play g4, which is also unpleasant. So overall, this is not a line that black should play. Bailiff is saying, I'm very introverted. Haha, I would probably set myself on fire with that much attention. I would not have pegged you as an introvert, Bailiff. What's going on there? Also, do introverts hate attention? I consider myself an introvert, but I'm good. Well, good. It's up for others to say. I am fantastic in front of the camera. I just hate talking to people in real life. I'm like Mr. Dodgy. He's comfortable writing stuff in the chat. You think he's talking to people? Albolic95 is saying, so rational, so blonde. Come on, man, you're kind of German, aren't you? I don't know. Are Germans that blonde? I don't think there's that many blondes out there. Not sure. Probably not a great topic to discuss. I have a feeling there's more. What's the word? Brunette? Brunette Germans? Is brunette only for girls? Do you say brown-haired? Probably, right? There we go. Yeah, it wasn't a topic I should get into. Thank you, Mr. Dodgy. Chess Cat is saying, Jan, Chess C24 needs to start with these TV shopping shows to really gain in the daytime TV market. Have you watched the candidates coverage? 40% off. Code candidates 2020 chess24.com/premium with the voucher code GIRIDRAW. You get 1 month added for every draw that Anish Giri makes during the candidates to your annual Chess24 premium membership. Be careful, however, the offer expires after round 7. So go get it now. Chessable.com/Jan for a complete repertoire against 1e4, which 3 out of 8 candidates have said, this is excellent. Why are you idiot publishing that and selling it to the noobs out there? Just give it to me. I have 38 seconds, so I'll be just fine. Let's face it. Boom. Pre-move. One thing I don't like about playing the King's Indian as white is it feels like a great equalizer. Some offense meant I would guess that I am a more experienced chess player than M. Hossein Kazi Tabatabai. But making all these King's Indian moves, even if the position is very bad, it's very hard to have that skill, that incredible skill that I have shine through Because, you know, black always makes the same moves, even though they're not good in this particular version. So that's one part of my beef with the King's Indian. I don't think it's a great opening, but it's a bit similar to the Benko, where as black always does the same, it's a great equalizer, like Denzel Washington, like Peter Lako. Those are the two great equalizers that I can think of. Check. See? Once the position opens up, this gets much easier. Sherwood Forest said, I just looked up this King's Indian line in the database and Jan scored quite badly in it, albeit against some strong players. That's what I'm saying. I have a horrible score against the King's Indian, but I'm working on it. Like, probably not for myself, but I've been looking at some King's Indians for white, because I need a new repertoire. I'm not there yet. Pizza Racer is saying, they called you idiot, Jan. Is that a sales argument? Not sure. What was I plugging? Ah, yeah, the Chessable course. That one is excellent, let's face it. What else is there? Coaches.com. Join the waiting list now if you're a coach. Play Magnus, the Tactics Frenzy. Its app is out. I've been doing a lot of the beginner's Tactics Frenzy because I like when it's one move, when it's like checkmate in one. I don't like to think, but the beginner's Tactics Frenzy is very addictive. All right. So, sorry, I was triggered by asking for more home shopping Europe. Let's play more games. Who have I never played before? This guy, Burundungo. Sherwood Forest saying, you can try the same way, but with knight 3 delayed, as recommended by the Ginger GM. Thanks, I'll check it out. Sometimes, you know, I just miss Ginger GM opening advice out there. And I'm sure there's a price to pay for that. D4, knight f6, c4. D5, that looks like a mistake. CD. Knight d5, knight f3, knight c6, e4, and it's gonna be trouble. Problems, Burundungu, because your pieces are moving around too much early in the game. Where's Burundungu from? From Spain. ¿Qué me cuentas, Burundungu? ¿Qué hiciste con el caballo? I'm trying to master Argentinian Spanish. I'm not very good at it, but I enjoy it. Caballo. ¿Vos qué haces? ¿Qué pelotudo? Anan P saying, who are your chess coaches in chronological order and according to the influence they had on you? I'm Western European, so it's not that we have a giant chess coaching culture. Having said that, I am from Hamburg, which is a big city, 2 million people, and I joined Hamburg Chess Club when I came back here. I was, traveling the Mediterranean Sea as a young man. Because, when I was 6, I thought, I don't want to just live an average life. I want to see the world. So I set off and, traveled the Mediterranean Sea for a while. Anyway, back to chess coaching. When I was like 10, 11, I came back to Hamburg and joined the Hamburg Chess Club. And there, my first coach was the late Vincent Kolanoske. Shout out to Vincent Kolanoske. Not a strong player, or like 2000, I would guess. But he instilled the love of chess into me and many other kids at that time. Without Vincent Kolanoske, I do not know if I would have kept on going to the chess club and stuck with chess. So I give him the most credit. Shout out to Vincent Kulanoska, who unfortunately is no longer with us, but I consider him my most influential coach. Then I got the chance to work with quite some strong players in the Hamburg Chess Club as well, like Carsten Müller, like Karamov Sisyan. I had some sessions with those, but I think they would agree, never considered them like my coach or my full-time coach. I was just, participating in a training or two with them. And after that, not much really. When I was a stronger player, I started, working more with whatever you want to call it, colleagues, friends. Peter Heine Nielsen comes to mind. He's had a great influence on me, and obviously now we're sort of have been reunited on Team Magnus Carlsen. But when we both used to be ambitious, he's a little older than me. When he was in his 20s, I was like 19, 20, whatever. I worked a lot with him, learned a lot about the art of working on openings from Peter Heine, who's still a fantastic theoretician, who's so good at, finding ideas. So he's been a big influence, a big help for me. I'm sure I'm forgetting someone important, but those are the names that come to mind. When I was an exchange student in Spain, in Madrid, I worked quite a bit, or hung out, because I didn't know anybody else, but we also worked on chess with Javier Moreno Canero, strong Spanish-Argentinian grandmaster, who no longer plays much chess. He's more into Chinese. I think he has a very successful language translating, teaching business that he built from scratch. So shout out to Mr. Javier Moreno Carnero. With him I trained quite a bit. I think, is that the list? I don't know. I have a feeling I'm forgetting someone, and I would like to apologize. Zeeland's saying, living on a houseboat in the Mediterranean? Not a houseboat. Yacht. And we call it yacht. Don't correct me and say it's actually, it's yacht. I lived on that yacht, so I know it's yacht. No, what's the word? Sailing boat? What's small? Like 10.5 meters. I don't know how much that is in US speak. With 5 people. So if you think this social quarantining is a big deal for me, social quarantining, that's not the term, right? Social distancing. I managed to distance from everybody on that yacht. Yacht. Is that... What do I do here? Is that the position where I play h3? I think there's a position where I play h3. Anand MP is saying, at what age should you start learning independently without a coach? Always. Like, all these coaches I've listed, I've seen maximum like once a week, except for Peter Heine Nielsen when we would hang out and have a training session. So no, I've always worked by myself, reading books and then clicking buttons on them engines. Then I stopped like 10 years ago and decided to become a clown. Mr. Dodgy is saying, no, Bocht gets nothing. Yeah, you people. Maybe I didn't get it, Mr. Dodgy. You combined boat and yacht, and you want credit for it? For Bocht? Blobix is saying, I know that Jan's looking for me in the list like the wolves looking for the lamb. I won't challenge. I'm scared. Your reverse psychology does not work on me, Blobix. I'm trying every day, telling my daughter, I know you hate to watch Aristocats again, but you have no choice. There's a TV. Switch it on now. And it never works either. What's going on in this game? I took more stuff than than him, no? Which is what chess is all about. It's not about all these fancy attacks, sacrifices, checkmates. It's take more stuff than the other guy, and more often than not, you'll be fine. Can I take this? Well, it's queen b6. Maybe too greedy. Tom Petty is saying, is just couching a symptom only for corona? I sneeze a few times a day lately. Can that be corona? I should probably repeat the disclaimer that I am not a medical doctor or a virologist. But nah, you're fine. You're fine. Typically not a corona symptom. Shrek Krishna Lesnar is saying, your way of playing is too easy without efforts. It's without a lot of effort, but not effortless, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm not trying very hard, but the results are also very poor because I'm not trying very hard. And of course, I'm not trying very hard because if you try hard and then you fail, it's so painful. So we hide behind these layers of irony, these layers of pretending to not care what's going on the board and wanting to talk about TV shows and what is happening in the world, silly wordplay, all in order not to get hurt. Because deep down inside, all we want is want to be loved for our chess prowess. And if that chess prowess goes away with age, with family, with obligations to make money, it's very, very hard to accept. And many people, will not speak about it very openly. Thank you for the game. d4, d5, c4, e6. What time is it? Do I have to quit so Luki can shine? I guess I can keep going a bit. Let's play some more games. Oh, we have an international chess master. The one VG. VG. That's a Norwegian newspaper, right? VG? Nas Bialak is saying, Jan, did you have many jobs when you were younger? Nah. That's a good thing about a chess player. When you're younger, you always make some money, so you don't or always make some money strong. But you don't really need other jobs as a student or as a pupil. It's only when the others actually start going out and working that the comparisons become tougher. What do I do here? G3? The one VG, he looks booked up. I feel he's booked up. 95 for bishop G2. 95, is that supposed to be a little better for white? Oh no. Okay, I'll be dull. Can I go E3? Is that a thing people do? I think D3 is the main line. But how bad can E3 be? ED or 90? I guess ED. Bishop G5, 94, yeah? What should I do? I don't know. Bishop E3 comes to mind, looks a bit passive. Bishop G5, knight E4, takes. Looks a bit passive too. I can't think of anything smarter. Ugh, did I blunder a pawn? Pay attention, Jan. This is getting a little embarrassing. Yeah, rook e1 was a insane move. Like I didn't blunder a pawn, but I missed. Bishop f3, bishop f3, knight d4, but d5 is also good, I guess. c5, bishop a5, rook e2. Yeah, just getting outplayed here. Okay, self-loathing later, making moves now. That's something I have to tell myself a lot. He's playing well. The 1VG. Can't say that about me. Not sure why not rook e4, but this might also be good. Rook c4, knight e5, rook a4, what's going on there? Who knows? It's all a bit clumsy. Could he repeat moves with knight h2? Funny as it is, but obviously there is no particular need. Knight on whatever that square is, it's just too weak. Yeah, I'm getting crushed. Again! It's a bit upsetting. I'm gonna be honest with you. So slow. Head too slow. Nothing works, yeah? Nope, don't see anything. Don't be a show-off now. This is not the time to show off. Maybe it is the time to show off. So rook c3, knight g1 is checkmate. So is rook e4, knight g1. So I should do something that clears that square. Wow, going for the brilliancy prize. What a big chess champion. It's mate, yeah? Looks matey. Good job, sir. Yeah. No chance there. What to say? Cthulhu is saying they were relying on Marcus Smart, Scary Terry Rozier, Jalen Brown, and Jaden Tatum? What's wrong with all these? What are you doing to all these names? What are we talking about? That's the Boston Celtics 2018? Very confusing. Bailiff is saying, I wouldn't judge the Sixers so much over the regular season. Come playoff time, I think they'll step up big time. Before the season, I thought Sixers were up there with the favorites. Have not really shown it to us yet. Let me play Louis Bernstein. What time is it? I think I can play one more after that. We want to keep it going, but we also need a little transition time to get Lukey Boy set up. So let's see what Louis Bernstein has up his sleeve. Louis. Good old Carlsbad structure. Looks like we're getting that in every game now. Cthulhu saying code names. Could be that those are the names they're checking into the hotel with. Marcus Shart, Jaden Brown, Channing Tatum. Who knows? Is this a theme tournament? I never liked this line for black. I understand it's not the end of the world. Maybe Hammer gave it in his Hammer Time repertoire? Is that why people are doing this every game now? In his new video series, like, I don't know exactly what it's called. Hammer's Black Openings or a repertoire for black, something like that. Check it out. I heard it's very good, but I think he gave something in the slow Queen's Gambit decline lines that I was never a fan of with black. I have to check out what he recommends exactly, because he tends to have a point. The Black Hammer, that's what it's called. Bailiff is saying, I heard Jimmy Butler on the Reddick podcast talking about all of these locker room issues. Might be the end of the Brad Brown, I suppose. So there was locker room talk on JJ Redick's podcast. Is that what you're saying? I'm not listening to the JJ Redick podcast much. Is it good? Should I start listening to it? I'm listening to a lot of basketball nonsense, but not that one. Is this still Hammer territory? Knight 5, where does he want? Fe, bishop G5. So I should go DE. Not sure. Looks like I have more homework to do. Zygomorph is saying, but Hammer is very good at explaining. He talks slowly and clearly. Very easy to follow his lessons. Highly recommended. Check it out. F6 he plays. Should I take? I guess I should take. Maybe there's a more aggressive way to do this. Like, no, E4, Fe, F5. No, but I don't excel at aggression. I excel at taking pawns. Not sacrificing them for the greater good. So let's think about this. DE, knight E4, knight E6, bishop C4, king H8. No, that looks good for white. He could give a check. I'll go somewhere. Bishop H4 feels a little random, but maybe it's a good move. What do I know? Rook E2. Once again, not going for any fancy sacrifices here. No E5. No long-term nonsense. Just trying not to lose all my pieces. Sherwood Forest is asking, is Alaska variation okay or just passive? Both, I would guess. I think it's a very respectable sound opening, but of course it is more on the trying to equalize by playing precisely side than on the Action Jackson side. Bishop E6. Can I go F5 or E5 first? ED is also tempting. Ugh, don't give me choices. You know I'm so undecisive, Luis. Which, by the way, is an important skill that I sometimes lack. Sometimes I have it, but usually I lack it. It's important to give your opponents choices, especially if you're the stronger player. Often it's tempting to go for like a forcing line, but if you go for a forcing line against a competent player, they will more often than not see that line, and you don't really give them a chance to make mistakes. Well, if you give them choices, like Luis just did to me, it's very likely they will make a mistake. So it's an underrated skill to, give people choices and positions. And it's a skill, as I said, that I have struggled with in the past. Sometimes I can do it, but very often I kind of, understand that theoretically, but I can't implement it practically. D4, this looks once again like there should be blood, but will I spot that blood? Maybe it's time to forget about my materialistic policy for half a move. And now it's time to remember it. The one prof is saying, I would love to learn the Grunfeld, but somehow Svidler talks a bit too unenthusiastic. Wow. FG or Bishop G? Maybe FG, no? And we're threatening some F8-ness. I'm reading some London system hate in the chat. I like it. I'm still trying to be a London system enemy. I have had to accept that it's a better opening at GM level played aggressively than I thought it was. But just playing d4, bishop f4, e3, c3, knight d2 every game, I don't see the point, and I also don't think it's particularly threatening or interesting. Anyway, thanks for the game, Louis Bernstein. Let's play Sharky. That's going to be the last game against Sharky85. And then the floor is all Looky boys. So much Grunfeld talk. Let's play Grunfeld. There are questions if Peter's Grunfeld repertoire needs an update or it's still current. I would guess both. The truth is always somewhere in the middle. I think most of the stuff is still very, very valid, and engines were strong when he did it, and obviously Peter is one of the biggest Grunfeld experts out there. But theory always develops, so needs an update. But that will go for every series you'll ever watch. You get the most of it if, you also are watching the big tournaments on Chess24, and you note, Geary played Bishop D2 against MVL's Grunfeld today. Let me check what Peter gave, and if the line is not in there, make a note. Because no one can feed you with a repertoire that will last a lifetime without any updates. Except for chessable.com/Jan. No, I'm kidding. No one can do it. If you do current topical lines, there's always updates needed, and that's why I'm doing some of the shows I'm doing, like the opening clinic, where people, maybe they already have a repertoire, can ask questions, and I can do the update in one area for them maybe. But overall, if you want to play contemporary theory and be up to date, it comes with some work. Obviously, there's no obligation to do that, especially if you play chess for fun and not as an obsessive need to have a waterproof black repertoire in all the lines. But if you're like me, you don't know what fun is. Then you have to keep checking your chess openings. Amhor saying, Kazi Tabatabai saying, Xerxes was about 3,000 years ago. I told about 700 years ago. I don't know the name. Iran was there 3,000 years ago, but the word Iran is old enough. Huh. Speaking of update, I have not looked at this line for like the last 20 years. Back then, d5, what did people do? Knight a5? Was that these? There's some crazy lines. d5, knight a5, bishop c5, bishop f6, and bishop g5 they started playing. We'll see. Rook a1. What's that all about? Queen e6, d5, queen e4, dc. I don't like that. So I guess queen b2. What are you trying to do? You're trying to repeat moves here, buddy boy? Not gonna be able to do it. d5 now. I guess I still go here. Don't see particular problem. Bishop c5 I'm currently covering. Bishop g5 I'm covering this pawn. I have to obviously be careful to not run into any bishop c5 hitting the queen and e7. But I hopefully can do that. e5 looks like a move, but then I take and bishop e5. Goes knight d4 also sensibly enough. Guess I should take. Maybe I'm in trouble. Could very well be. What's the move here? Some rook to c8. Yeah, maybe the other rook. I don't know. I don't like this. Okay, one queen here. Or where do I go? Tom Petty saying, plenty of opportunity to outplay a middle game and end game when you're good and play tame, low theory openings. Or I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't want to get into this debate every day. I'm a big opening guy, and I think it helps your chess dramatically to study openings. And the usual misconception is that's just dull memorizing of moves. When I don't see it that way. It's studying middle games, it's studying typical structures. It's just, learning some patterns that chess at a higher level is, I don't know what, 90% pattern recognition. If you don't have these patterns, I know we all like to think of ourselves as big geniuses that don't really need to put in the time to study because we can just outplay opponents later. I don't think it's easy without studying, and for me, opening study has been the vehicle to, learn patterns, study typical middle games, see typical ideas, and so on and so forth. But I'm not saying that's the right way or the wrong way. I do think that opening is by far the most complicated part of the game. So if you only solve tactics and don't know any openings, then you will be facing an uphill battle. But I'm sure there are other examples. So basically, if you do it for fun, or even if you don't do it for fun, if you want to do it for max improvement, I do not think there is necessarily any black or white and one correct answer. Maybe no black or white. is not a brilliant point when we're talking about chess, because it literally is black or white. But you get my point. I keep repeating myself. I don't know. Expose yourself to information. Everybody's different. Blah, 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 blah. Emphasis on the last blah. Am I gonna lose? I don't want to lose. I've lost enough today. Is this lost? Ugh, my brain is so mushy. I can't calculate. Rook c7, I thought he should take and go bishop c7, rook c7 looks bad to me. Okay, Sharky was running a little low on time, so I guess he's stressed out here. Good game, Sharky. All right, that's it for today. From me, it's far from it for today. From Banter Blitzing, Luke Van Vele is about to begin, and that's why I should check out very, very quickly. Check out Luke, check out Nia Sari, check out Gawain Jones, check out all the good stuff.